Rhetorical methods.
Rhetorical methods.
Rhetorical methods. Rhetorical methods.
Rhetorical methods.
Rhetorical methods.
Rhetorical methods. Rhetorical methods. Rhetorical methods. In order to familiarize ourselves with the main rhetorical methods, let's listen to the reading together and do some exercises. Rhetorical device 1. Idiom, 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 idiom definition. An idiom is a phrase where the meaning of the whole sentence differs from the literal meaning of its individual words. Idioms are often specific to a culture or language and cannot be directly understood by translating each word. They enrich the language by conveying ideas, emotions, or humor in a more figurative and imaginative manner. Idioms often add color and depth to language, making expressions more engaging. They are commonly used in everyday speech and writing to express common situations, feelings, or actions in a more creative way. Examples: 1. Break a leg. 2. A piece of cake. 3. Kick the bucket. 4. Under the weather. 5. Spilled the beans. 6. Hit the nail on the head. 7. Bite the bullet. 8. Let the cat out of the bag. 9. The ball is in your court. 10. Cry over spilled milk. Rhetorical device 2. Simile, 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 simile. Simile definition. A simile is a figure of speech that compares two different things using like or as. This rhetorical device helps create vivid imagery by highlighting similarities between two unrelated things. Similes are often used in both writing and speech to enhance the description of something or someone, allowing the audience to better understand or visualize the comparison. They can emphasize qualities such as speed, color, or intensity, providing a clearer, more relatable sense of the subject being described. Examples: 1. She came into the kitchen as quiet as a mouse. 2. The sky was as blue as the ocean. 3. His voice was as smooth as velvet. 4. The car sped down the highway like a rocket. 5. He was as brave as a lion. 6. Her smile was as bright as the sun. 7. The room was as cold as ice. 8. His hands were as warm as a furnace. 9. The tree stood tall like a giant. 10. She danced as gracefully as a swan. Rhetorical device 3. Hyperbole, 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 hyperbole. Hyperbole definition. Hyperbole is an extreme exaggeration used to emphasize a point or create a dramatic effect. It is not meant to be taken literally, but rather used for emphasis or to convey strong feelings. Hyperbole is common in everyday language as well as in literature, advertisements, and storytelling. It can be used for humor, to make something appear larger or more significant than it really is, or to emphasize the intensity of an emotion or action. Examples: 1. My backpack weighs a ton. 2. I've told you a million times. 3. She is older than the hills. 4. His hair was so messy it looked like a tornado had hit it. 5. The movie was so good, I laughed for an eternity. 6. The book is so heavy, it could crush a car. 7. I'm starving to death. 8. This is the worst day ever. 9. Her voice was louder than thunder. 10. He runs faster than a cheetah. Rhetorical device 4. Alliteration, 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 alliteration definition. Alliteration is the repetition of the initial consonant sounds in a sequence of words. It is often used in poetry, advertising, and speeches to create rhythm, make the content more memorable, and emphasize particular concepts. Alliteration can also evoke certain moods or feelings, as it can make language sound more fluid and harmonious. It often serves to create a catchy, poetic, or melodic quality in the writing. Examples: 1. The winter wind howled against the broken window. 2. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. 3. The big brown bear bounded through the forest. 4. Sally sold seashells by the seashore. 5. The buzzing bees flew briskly by. 6. The sly snake slithered silently. 7. A red rose rested on the railing. 8. Fuzzy frogs leapt freely across the field. 9. The dazzling dolphins danced through the waves. 10. 7 slippery snails slithered slowly. Rhetorical device 5. Metaphor, 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 metaphor definition. A metaphor is a figure of speech that compares two things without using like or as. It implies that one thing is another to highlight a characteristic or quality. Unlike a simile, a metaphor directly equates to different things, creating a deeper or more abstract understanding. Metaphors are often used to create a stronger emotional impact or to offer more powerful imagery, making the comparison more vivid and thought-provoking. Examples: 1. The snow was a blanket on the cars. 2. Time is a thief. 3. Her heart is a stone. 4. The classroom was a zoo. 5. He is the light of my life. 6. The world is a stage. 7. Life is a journey. 8. The city is a jungle. 9. The man was a mountain of strength. 10. She is the queen of the castle. Rhetorical device 6. Personification, 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 personification. Personification is the attribution of human characteristics or behaviors to non-human things or abstract concepts. This rhetorical device is used to make descriptions more relatable or vivid by giving human qualities to animals, objects, or ideas. Personification often enhances the emotional appeal of a story or poem, allowing readers to connect more deeply with the inanimate or non-human elements. Examples: 1. The pen danced across the page. 2. The wind whispered through the trees. 3. The sun smiled down on the earth. 4. The moon hid behind the clouds. 5. The flowers swayed in the gentle breeze. 6. The car roared to life. 7. The city never sleeps. 8. The clock was racing against time. 9. The stars winked in the night sky. 10. The river sang a sweet lullaby. Rhetorical device 7. Onomatopoeia, 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 onomatopoeia. Phaidon. Onomatopoeia refers to words that imitate or resemble the sound they describe. These words help create a sensory experience for the reader, allowing them to hear the sounds in their mind. Onomatopoeia is frequently used in poetry, comic books, and everyday speech to bring an element of sound into the narrative, making it more immersive and dynamic. Examples: 1. Boom. 2. Bang. 3. Crash. 4. Buzz. 5. Meow. 6. Moo. 7. Hiss. 8. Splash. 9. Ring. 10. Sizzler. Rhetorical device 8. Oxymoron, 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 oxymoron definition. An oxymoron is a figure of speech in which two opposite or contradictory words are combined to. This technique often highlights a paradox or a surprising twist, adding depth or humor to the language. Oxymorons are frequently used in literature and everyday language to convey complexity, irony, or an unexpected contrast. Examples: 1. Jumbo shrimp. 2. Pretty ugly. 3. Bittersweet. 4. Act naturally. 5. Deafening silence. 6. Virtual reality. 7. Living dead. 8. Dark light. 9. Same difference. 10. Awfully good.
Answers to 70 multiple choice questions.
Answers to 70 multiple choice questions.
Answers to 70 multiple choice questions.
Answers to all questions. Rhetorical device 1. Idiom 1. What does break a leg mean? Answer: B. Wish someone good luck. Explanation: break a leg is a common idiom that is used to wish someone good luck, especially before a performance. 2. What is the meaning of a piece of cake? Answer: C. Something easy. Explanation: a piece of cake means something that is easy to do or accomplish, as a cake is typically easy to eat. 3. What does kick the bucket refer to? Answer: C. Die. Explanation: kick the bucket is a colloquial expression meaning to die. 4. If someone is under the weather, they are Answer, a feeling ill explanation. Under the weather is an idiom that means feeling unwell or sick. 5. What does spilled the beans mean? Answer, a told a secret explanation. Spilled the beans means to reveal a secret or share confidential information. 6. Hit the nail on the head means. Answer, B said something completely accurate explanation. Hit the nail on the head means to say or do something with complete accuracy. 7. To bite the bullet means. Answer, B to endure something unpleasant explanation. Bite the bullet means to face a difficult or unpleasant situation bravely. 8. Let the cat out of the bag means. Answer, B reveal a secret explanation. Let the cat out of the bag means to accidentally or intentionally reveal a secret. 9. The ball is in your court means. Answer, a you have control over the situation explanation. The ball is in your court refers to a situation where someone has control or responsibility to take the next action. 10. Cry over spilled milk means. Answer, a worry about something that can't be fixed explanation. Cry over spilled milk means to be upset about something that cannot be undone or changed. Rhetorical device 2. Simile 11. She came into the kitchen as quiet as a. Answer, a moose explanation. As quiet as a mouse is a simile that suggests extreme quietness, as mice are generally quiet creatures. 12. The sky was as blue as the. Answer, ocean explanation. As blue as the ocean compares the sky's color to the deep blue of the ocean. 13. His voice was as smooth as. Answer, a velvet explanation. As smooth as velvet describes a voice that is exceptionally smooth and pleasant. 14. The car sped down the highway like a. Answer, a rocket explanation. Like a rocket is used to emphasize the speed of the car, as rockets are known for their speed. 15. He was as brave as a. Answer, a lion explanation. Lions are often associated with bravery, making as brave as a lion a common simile. 16. Her smile was as bright as the. Answer, a sun explanation. As bright as the sun is used to describe something or someone very radiant or cheerful. 17. The room was as cold as. Answer, a icy explanation. As cold as ice is a simile used to describe extreme coldness, just like ice. 18. His hands were as warm as a. Answer, a furnace-y explanation. As warm as a furnace emphasizes the heat of the hands, similar to the heat produced by a furnace. 19. The tree stood tall like a. Answer, a giant explanation. Like a giant is a simile used to describe something very tall, just as giants are often depicted as towering figures. 20. She danced as gracefully as a. Answer, a swan explanation. Swans are known for their graceful movements, making as graceful as a swan a fitting comparison. Rhetorical device 3. Hyperbole 21. My backpack weighs a. Answer, a ton explanation. The word ton is a hyperbole used to exaggerate the weight of the backpack. 22. I've told you a times. Answer, a million explanation. Million is an exaggeration used to emphasize that something has been repeated many times. 23. She is older than the. Answer, a hills explanation. Older than the hills is a hyperbole used to describe someone as being extremely old. 24. His hair was so messy it looked like a. Had hit it. Answer, a tornado explanation. A tornado is a hyperbole to exaggerate how messy his hair looked, likening it to the chaotic aftermath of a tornado. 25. The movie was so good, I laughed for an. Answer, a eternity explanation. Eternity is an exaggeration to suggest that the laughter lasted for an extremely long time. 26. The book is so heavy, it could. A car. Answer, a crush explanation. Crush is used as a hyperbole to exaggerate how heavy the book is, suggesting it could crush something as large as a car. 27. I'm starving to. Answer, a death explanation. Starving to death is a common hyperbole to exaggerate hunger. 28. This is the day ever. Answer, the best explanation. Best is used to exaggerate how great the day was, indicating it was the best in experience. 29. Her voice was louder than. Answer, a thunder explanation. Thunder is used as a hyperbole to exaggerate the loudness of her voice. 30. He runs faster than a. Answer, a kitahacaplation. Cheetahs are the fastest animals on land. So this is a hyperbole comparing someone's speed to that of a cheetah. Rhetorical device 4. Alliteration 31. The winter howled against the broken window. Answer, a wind explanation. Wind is used here to create alliteration, as the repeating W sound enhances the imagery. 32. Peter Piper picked of pickled peppers. Answer, a peck explanation. Peck is used in the tongue twister. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where the repeated P sound creates alliteration. 33. The big brown bounded through the forest. Answer, a bear explanation. Bear is used with alliteration, as the repetition of the B sound creates a rhythmic effect. 34. Sally sold. By the seashore. Answer, a seashells explanation. Seashells is the correct answer because of the alliteration with the S sound. 35. The buzzing flew briskly by. Answer, a bee's explanation. Bees is an example of alliteration with a repeating B sound. 36. The sly slithered silently. Answer, a snaky explanation. Snake is used here with alliteration, as the S sound is repeated. 37. A red rested on the railing. Answer, a rosy explanation. Rose is the correct choice because of the repeated R sound, creating alliteration. 38. Fuzzy leapt freely across the field. Answer, a frog's explanation. Frogs is the correct choice because it creates alliteration with the F sound. 39. The dazzling danced through the waves. Answer, a dolphin's explanation. Dolphins is the best choice, as it creates alliteration with the D sound. 40. 7 slippery slithered slowly. Answer, a snail's explanation. Snails is the correct answer as it matches the S sound, forming alliteration. Rhetorical device 5. Metaphor 41. Her heart is made of. Answer, a stone explanation. This metaphor suggests that her heart is emotionally cold or unfeeling. 42. The world is a. Answer, a stage explanation. The world is a stage is a famous metaphor from Shakespeare, meaning life is like a performance. 43. Time is a. Answer, a thief explanation. Time is a thief is a metaphor that suggests time steals moments from our lives. 44. He is the of my life. Answer, a sun explanation. This metaphor likens someone to the sun, suggesting they bring light and warmth to life. 45. The classroom was a. Answer, a zoo explanation. This metaphor suggests that the classroom is chaotic, like a zoo. 46. Love is a. Answer, a rosy explanation. This metaphor compares love to a rose, symbolizing both beauty and potential pain thorns. 47. The storm is a. Answer, a beast explanation. The storm is being compared to a beast in this metaphor, emphasizing its strength and destructiveness. 48. Her mind is a. Answer, a computer explanation. This metaphor likens her mind to a computer, implying it is logical and processes information efficiently. 49. He is a of knowledge. Answer, a fountain explanation. This metaphor suggests that he has an abundant supply of knowledge, like a fountain constantly flowing. 50. The river is a. Answer, a snaky explanation. This metaphor compares the river to a snake, suggesting it twists and winds through the landscape. Which of the following is an idiom? Answer, B. It's raining cats and dogs. Explanation. It's raining cats and dogs is an idiom that means it's raining heavily. This phrase uses metaphorical language rather than literal meaning. Which sentence uses a simile? Answer, C. She swims like a fish. Explanation. A simile compares two things using like or as. In this case, like a fish is comparing the person's swimming to a fish, indicating skill. What is an example of hyperbole? Answer, C. I could eat a horse. Explanation. Hyperbole is an exaggerated statement used for emphasis. I could eat a horse exaggerates how hungry someone is. Which of these is an example of alliteration? Answer, B. The wild wind wove through the woods. Explanation. Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sounds at the beginning of words. wild wind wove repeats the W sound. Which phrase is a metaphor? Answer A. His heart is a cold stone. Explanation: a metaphor directly compares two unlike things without using like or as. His heart is a cold stone compares a person's emotional coldness to a stone. What does personification mean in literature? Answer: a giving human qualities to animals or objects. Explanation: personification involves attributing human traits, emotions, or actions to non-human entities, such as the wind whispered. Which of the following is an example of onomatopoeia? Answer A. The door creaked. Explanation: onomatopoeia refers to words that mimic the sounds they describe. Creaked imitates the sound of a door. What is an example of an oxymoron? Answer: a living dead-explanation. An oxymoron is a figure of speech where two contradictory terms are combined, like living dead, which juxtaposes life and death. Which sentence is an idiom? Answer A. He kicked the bucket. Explanation: he kicked the bucket is an idiom meaning someone has died. The phrase is not meant to be taken literally. Which of these is an example of a simile? Answer C. She was as busy as a bee. Explanation: this is a simile because it uses as to compare her busyness to that of a bee, which is known for its industrious nature. What is a common use of hyperbole? Answer B. To convey strong emotion. Explanation: hyperbole is often used to express strong feelings or emotions, emphasizing something beyond its literal meaning. Which sentence uses alliteration? Answer B. The snake slithered silently. Explanation: alliteration involves repeating consonant sounds at the start of words. Snake slithered silently repeats the S sound. Which of these is an example of a metaphor? Answer A. He is a lion in battle. Explanation: a metaphor compares two things directly. So he is a lion in battle means he is brave and fierce, like a lion. What is an example of personification? Answer A. The sun hid behind the clouds. Explanation: personification gives human qualities to non-human things. Here, the sun is described as if it can hide a human action. Which sentence uses onomatopoeia? Answer B. The clock ticked loudly. Explanation: ticked is an example of onomatopoeia because it imitates the sound of a clock ticking. What is an example of an oxymoron? Answer D. All of the above. Explanation: each option, small giant, hot ice, and friendly ghost, contains a combination of contradictory terms, fitting the definition of an oxymoron. Which of these is an idiom? Answer A. Under the weather. Explanation: under the weather is an idiom meaning someone is feeling ill or unwell, not a literal description of being beneath the weather. Which of these sentences uses a simile? Answer D. All of the above. Explanation: all three sentences use like or as to make comparisons, as brave as a lion, like stars in the sky, and like a swan. Which is an example of hyperbole? Answer B. The noise was deafening. Explanation: hyperbole exaggerates a situation, and the noise was deafening overstates how loud the noise was. Which sentence uses alliteration? Answer C. The winds were wild and wavy. Explanation: alliteration is the repetition of consonant sounds, and winds were wild and wavy repeats the W sound.
10 literary devices all middle and high schoolers should know. 10 literary devices all middle and high schoolers should know.
Hey there, Selly Squad, and welcome back to Selly's Kiddie Haven. Let's check out 10 literary devices you should know. Let's get right into it. What are literary devices? They are tools writers use to communicate information to readers in specific ways. What do I mean by this? Well, picture it as coded messages that writers will just drop in their work for you and I to interpret. Metaphor. Metaphors compare two unlike things to help the reader get a better understanding. Example: the clouds are balls of cotton. Here we're comparing the clouds and balls of cotton. These are two unlike things, but they have very similar features. Another: the king is a true lion. Again, we're comparing the king to a lion. What are some features of lions? Lions are strong. They're wild. They're dominating. So, if we say a king is a lion, then it means that the king could be strong or wild. Simile. Similes compare two unlike things using as or like. Example: Kim's clothes are as white as snow. We're comparing the color of Kim's clothes to that of snow. They're very, very white. He crept behind her like a spider. Again, we're comparing how he crept to that of how a spider creeps. Alliteration. The repetition of consonant sounds at the beginning of words. Example: Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. You realize that all letters, or almost all letters, begin with the consonant P. Peter, Piper, picked, peck, pickled, and pepper. This is how alliterations usually look like. Another: she sells seashells by the seashore. Notice they mostly start with the consonant S. Onomatopoeia. It's a word that is closely similar to the sound it describes. Example: boom. That's just the sound of an explosion. Boom. Buzz. Tick-tock. Hyperbole. A statement that is obviously and intentionally exaggerated. But wait, what does exaggerated mean? The word exaggerated means something seen as larger, better, or worse than it actually is. So to exaggerate something simply means you're blowing it way out of proportion. Example: I have a million things to do today. We all know there's no way we can do a whole bunch of a million things in one day. But it's an exaggerated form of saying I have so much to do today. Kiki cried a river when she got hurt. Again, there's no way anyone can cry a whole river, but saying that just goes to show that she cried so much. Personification. Given human qualities to non-humans or inanimate objects. Example: the trees dance to the music of the wind. How many of us have seen dancing trees before? Well, I have. Sometimes when the wind is super strong, we find a tree or two dancing slowly to the movement of the wind. So here, a tree, which is an inanimate object, has been given human qualities to dance. Another: the stars winked at me. We all know stars do not have eyes to wink, but sometimes they blink in and out in the sky and we can say they're winking at us. Euphemism. A milder term used in place of an unpleasant, insulting, or harsh one. Example: That old man passed away yesterday. This is a milder term that is used in place of saying he died. Another, the company had to let Kwame go. This is also another way or a better way of saying he got fired. Imagery. Words that appeal to the five senses: taste, smell, sight, sound, and touch, to help the reader get a clearer picture. Example: the autumn leaves were blankets on the chilly ground. When you come across a sentence like this, you're bound to have your senses awakened. You think about autumn leaves acting as a blanket which covers a chilly ground. The sweet smell of freshly baked apple pie filled the air. Again, you picture the sweet smell of just baked apple pie filling an entire space. This is the power of imagery in writing. Oxymoron. Using unmatched or opposite terms side by side. Let's see some examples. His sickness left him looking like a living dead. The expression living dead are two contrasting words side by side. The opposite of living is dead. But when you use an oxymoron, you're allowed to put such words together to explain how something looks like or seems. The children's painting was a fine mess. Again, fine and mess are contrasting images, but they've been placed side by side for emphasis. Repetition. Word, phrase, or line repeated for emphasis. Example: twinkle, twinkle, little star. A lion, a lion, a lion has a tail. These words, twinkle and lion, are repeated for emphasis.